You do have a no fun sticker.
No, you can have fun, but if you're having more fun than me, you are at risk of being banned at any given moment.
Nah.
It's at my discretion. Them's the rules. That's rule like number 2 or 3 though. Rule number 1 is don't cause problems for me. That's the most important rule.
I mean, they usually link together. To have more fun than you is to cause you problems.
What if I have more fun than you in secret?
That's fine. As long as I don't know about it, I don't care. You can secretly cause problems for me too. As long as I don't know about it, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that mentality.
Yeah. You can make me more miserable as long as I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, there's
Just
no.
don't let me know
I
about
don't.
it.
Yeah, if I don't know about it, no harm done as far as I'm concerned. Go ahead. Fuck up.
how was that attack directed towards me? I need a 5-page essay on that shit.
Oh god, he's a college student still. Send help.
He was attacking Zeph, and his fucking cipher brushed against me, and I lost half of my fucking health. Explain that shit.
He was attacking me, like, directly.
Oh, do you think they're gonna bring back Plesioth?
Probably never. You can't bring it back without it being true to form, and if it's true to form, people will riot in the fucking streets.
God damn.
You don't want his amazing hitboxes? You don't want to get hip checked?
It's only fair that he has his hitbox back, and that is not. That is a crime. That is a crime against humanity. People were upset about that Elder Dragon in the last game. I forget what his name is. Not the last game, Monster Hunter World.
Nargigante?
Yes, Nergigante. They were very upset about his hitboxes. And the Plesioth is way worse than that.
Shit, though.
Apple says, see, when you are the oldest female growing up, make it your mission to like make sure the boys understand what you have to watch out for so they don't also be creepy. Desensitize them so that they aren't creeps. Apple, what do I do that's creepy? Apple, I'm asking for a friend. Theoretically, what does someone like me do that is creepy? Agatasa says it's more common than you think. Yeah, my sisters did that to me all the time. Interesting. Okay, Agatasa also, same question. What do you mean? Apple says, don't worry, Panda, you're just awkward. I feel like I knew that. And yet, reading it, I would be equally helpless in that situation as like if you were like, give me like cough medicine, where I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna get the one that says cough medicine on it. You know what I mean? Like that's, I don't know what the fuck medicine looks like. Apple says, I mean, ladies in those stores are normally quite helpful and open. I guess so. I guess so. I haven't had the displeasure of speaking with any of them, but I imagine it would be something like they smile too brightly and I'm like, I am leaving. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you're doing too much. like I'm on the edge of the abyss right now, and if anything goes even remotely wrong for me, I'm leaving. Hey, why aren't your fucking plates noted? Ah. Okay, so they definitely do have poison, but I'm not poisoned, so I guess it's fine. Ah, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, it hurts so bad. Oh, my God, why? What the fuck? All right, don't stand in that. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Why was that so painful? All right, well, it's got a slow ass animation. Ah, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. It's got a slow ass animation, so just pay attention. Why is so fucking painful. No, please. All right. Lesson learned. Run for fear of God of that attack. Jesus Christ. Like, oh, that doesn't seem so bad. It's just like a slow ass fireball thing. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, Dragon Head. Oh God. It has the characters from season 0, but them exclusively in like skits, just like maybe like 40-second bits that just like go to the length of the bit to the end of the joke, and then they like start a new joke with like different, not like setting or whatever, but like meanwhile back at the back at the barn, and they just tell another funny skit thing or whatever. And that's like so true to Red versus Blue that I feel like everyone who hates season 0, and like season 0 as far as I understand it was like hated, like blanketly like roasted, like truly like this is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen type hated, right? I feel like they didn't really give the original show a chance, and they especially didn't give the spin-off a chance, because bifurcating it like that, splitting the like comedy away from like the comedy skit away from like the narrative, to me I think did a lot for the show, in the same way that Ruby and Ruby Cheap, in my opinion, Red versus Blue was really struggling under the weight of its own narrative, and it really wasn't like, it wasn't appealing to like anybody, any one group very well. It was kind of like spreading itself way too thin by trying to be like plot, like I want to say almost deep as well, and also separately like a character thing, and also separately like extremely funny, lighthearted, like almost skit-based comedy, all at the same time. Like you can't do even half of those things, in my opinion, all in the same show in a way that is like satisfying, in my opinion. It certainly didn't feel that way watching the show, but overall I had a good time with it. But like there's a noticeable difference between like the first 10 seasons or whatever and the next like 9 seasons. But that being said, season 0 in a lot of ways really is kind of a return to form. I probably saw like 5 or 10 hours of Eve online, and I still don't know anything about that game. It looked like you were AFK, like dead ass. Like if I just like bring up like this menu, this is what I was seeing like most of the time, like just like this, and you were just like going through like this, and I'm like, what, where's the game? Ignore this part, like just see all these numbers. This is what I was looking at, and I was like, I don't know where the game is. Like, bro. Colia says my calves compensate for messed up thighs, my misaligned knees, and my triple misaligned feet. Literally 3 ways they are fucked up. They do everything to keep me balanced. Damn, Colia. You're like a combination of the game's Operation and Twister, but in a person. Pikachu says back before. Sorry, I was not prepared for how funny that was to me. I'm glad that you thought that was funny and not mean. I didn't mean for it to be mean at all, but that was really funny. Boosters have been getting some big drops lately too. Yeah, but like not the... That's the Quetzal pet.
Oh.
This is my Quetzal pet.
This is your Quetzal pet. How many rumors is that? Real quick.
I don't know. I fully don't know. I was like, did I just talk to that fucking pet? Can we tell Juno about Juno's quest? Like the Tears of Guthix quest? That'd be pretty sick. And that's how I met you. Juno's like, oh yeah, no, I was there for that one.
I go.
Is that an else? Ah, fuck. It was. Did I do
Yeah,
that?
but it was on the opposite. No. She's
I feel like a fucking, like the most dumbass anime girl. Like I'm just stumbling into shit. Yo, what up? It's your boy, that Daft Punk Panda. I'm still a dumbass anime girl, and we're playing some old school Runescape. We're doing probably the same thing we were doing before with the range training, I think is what we'll do. Why not? It worked pretty well last time. And I don't know. I don't feel like doing anything else. Yeah, what's up, Subo? I saw that Cam was here as well. I think we did our dailies, so no need to do anything like that or anything with that. Just get right back into it. We could obviously do many other things. I don't see any reason to. I think we can just do this. It'll be fine. I don't super know what else I actually want to wear or whatever. I guess I was doing like mostly prayer gear. Sure. We want an accumulator, even though I guess they don't really work, huh? It's just for the range strength, really. Book of Law. Ring of Suffering plus... What boots was I wearing? D'hide boots? An early haiku. Should have slept more today. Another mistake. Very somber. It fits though. Okay, Royal Seed Pod. And a couple stamina potions. I need range potions, a lot of them probably, more than I have. So what? If we're doing this for a couple hours, that's 120 minutes. So 40 minutes times, no wait. Each range potion, each full range potion is 20 minutes, right? So that would be 6. Okay. I don't know how many we're actually gonna need. But we can just get a few. And just sell the extras back. Super says, Panda has the best transition slide, hands down. I don't know if that's true. I feel like the artist that made it did a fantastic job, though. I'm very, very glad I did. He's busy now, though. He can't do anything else for me. He doesn't want to work for me anymore. He's too busy with his life. Hey, Agataza. Super says, I did not say that. What? The Raptor says, I remember learning about haikus in middle school, and we had to make our own. I can't remember exactly, but I think I did mine about my childhood dog Ziggy. Rest in peace, Ziggy. Ziggy's a good name for a dog. I think we could just do prayer for the rest, right? Wait, no. I may need a few more things. Holy wrench and Kandrin helmet. Am I missing anything else? I feel like I should have made a gear set just in case. Because we're gonna do this again. What? We're one inventory short. One inventory slot short? That's so sad. Okay, hold on. We can fix this. There we go. Super says, may I see the picture if it's okay? The picture? Oh, she wants to see a picture of Ziggy. I see. I didn't even track what thread of the conversation we were talking about there. Cam says he was a wiener dog and he lived for a long time, so 16 years. That is a very old wiener dog. I mean, that's a very old dog, to be honest. Some dogs breeds do live longer than others and stuff, but I think 16 is long for most dogs. I think smaller dogs, especially smaller dogs, tend to live less long than bigger dogs, something like that. Cam says I might have a picture of him. He's been gone for a while now, but let me check. I hope he's that wiener dog from the meme, the one with the like very sassy expression. He's like, oh yeah, my dog is also famous. Yeah, that's him. Not only do I have a picture of him, but so does the entire fucking internet. Unmute this. There we go. Super says, Panda, I have a random question. Oh god, here it comes. This could be anything. Everyone, brace for impact. Brace. Oh, I didn't turn on NPC aggression ranges again. No. Now I have no way of knowing how far away I have to run again. No. It's fucking tragic. It's a tragedy. It's alright. Small ninja monk. My bone crusher! That actually does matter a lot. Alright, hold on everyone. We actually will reset for the bone crusher. That matters enough that we should definitely reset for it. Wait, we're here. That's fine. It might be slightly faster to teleport, but I kind of doubt it. Wait, there's a top floor option? We'll just use the top floor option. Super says, would you be scared? Like, oh my god, F this kind of thing? Oh, if I said F you, would you be scared? No? No, saying fuck you would not scare me at all. Yeah, that's fine. I'd say worse most of the time in my life. Suba says, I don't know, I've been thinking of swears. Okay, cool. Yeah, no. Swearing comes easily to me. It doesn't really mean anything to me at all. Like, I've never been really bothered by somebody saying swears or anything like that. You could even be like, yo, Panda's a bitch. And I'd be like, yeah, probably at some points. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I mean, depending on what, you know what I mean? Depending on like the context, like, yeah, almost definitely that's just objectively true, you know? You dropped us to Suba. Are you in Panda's Discord? I just posted a picture of him there. I'm pretty sure Suba is in the Discord. Right? No? Maybe not. Do I just know Suba on Discord? It's possible, I suppose. Mutual servers. No. Yeah, you're in Pikachu's Discord, but not at mine. I can post it for you if you want to join. This one? Yeah. What's this guy doing here? Oh, that's not correct. There we go. Wait, did I not reset my prayer? That's a little silly, but whatever, I guess it's fine. Stopping to get my bone crusher was definitely the right call, but I probably should have got my prayer reset as well. I think I just missed literally everything. That was crazy. Statistically. Statistical wonder. Dude, why am I struggling so much to attack? What is happening? Ninja just posted a couple pics in general chat. Fantastic. Suba joined 2 times for some reason. Awesome. Oh yeah, I've seen your wiener dog before, actually. I think I recognize the white snout. Usually they are, they have different coloration in my mind. When I imagine a wiener dog, I think of 2 kinds, 2 colors. There's the pure, like, brown ones, and there's the ones that are like, Rottweiler colors. Like black on the back and brown on the legs. And this is neither of them, which is why I felt like I actually recognize this dog. Like this particular dog. Not sure that I do, just he looks familiar in a way that most dogs would not, you know? Cam says, my phone says they're from 2014. Not sure how I still have them. That's pretty funny. And then Cam says, I guess he technically was red. Yeah, I've had, well, I guess I didn't have, but I've seen dogs that are blue, technically, considered blue. It was like more like a gray, but like kind of a gray blue, I guess. Ironically, there's a dog that I liked a lot named Blue, but he wasn't named Blue because he was blue. Just one of his eyes is blue. Heterochromia. That was a very smart dog. Like, all dogs are good, but that dog was very good. That was probably one of my favorite dogs ever. He was a very cool guy. Very smart. Very, very smart. He got in trouble for digging through the trash once, and he was like, oh, so the problem is that I made a mess. So every time he ate something out of the trash, he just didn't make a mess anymore. He would just eat the, like, thing that he wanted to eat without making a mess out of the trash. So you couldn't really be mad at him. You knew he ate something, but you didn't really know what it was, and he didn't make a mess. So like, what are you even supposed to be mad about? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Cam says, before he got old and gray, my family was always my family has always had hounds, mostly dachshund and basset hounds. I see. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with like umbrella type breeds, if you will, but I definitely am very familiar with like pit bulls and Rottweilers and those kinds of dogs. But I haven't really had a bad experience with a dog before, to be honest. Like any dog is kind of a friend to me, you know? I haven't experienced all dog breeds or anything like that, but I've experienced enough where I'm like, if I see a dog, I'm going to assume that they're a friend. Super says, I have a friend, she adopted a beagle from Canada. A cool story to get the dog from Canada to Singapore. Seems like a lot for a dog to go through. Seems like a lot for anything to go through. Oh, I should, There we go. Depending on where in Canada, that could also be a much longer flight. Because like Ontario or whatever is like, I think that's on the east side. Quebec and Ontario are both on the east side, right? I'm pretty sure Quebec is like the easternmost province, but I think Ontario is also pretty far on the east side. Oh, Saku, you're here just in time for a geography question. Where are Quebec and Ontario in Canada? Both on the east coast time? He's unmuting his microphone.
Quebec is on East Coast, and then Ontario is west of Quebec.
Okay, so just west, but they're both East Coast time?
I don't know if Ontario is, but I think it is.
I see. If it is, then it's like just barely not. Got it. Yeah, I thought that was the case. I think that when I think of places in Canada, I'm only thinking of places on the east coast of Canada. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations where it's like, I only know Eastern Canadian things. There's like the Northwestern Territories is the only thing I know that's in not the East Coast. Oh, hey, Cheese Boy. Things are going okay for me so far, but we're just grinding out some ranged experience real quick. Super says agreed. I made a housewarming gift for her though. I don't know if she'll message me about it or when she'll message me about it. Super says okay good or okay in the middle. I've never been like, I've never been good okay. I don't think. Good okay is if like I wake up and I get a surprise breakfast or something. You know what I mean? Like good okay's never happened before. We don't live our life well enough to have a good okay, especially not a good okay morning, you know? There was yesterday I was doing some research and I realized a few things, right? So in Grand Blue, there's an event called Rise of the Beasts going on right now, which is a regular event. It happens like once a month, maybe a little less frequently than that, maybe once every 2 months. And one of the things that's like my soft goal for the game is I want my fire team to be as strong as possible, right? And I realized, oh, hey, this character that's like a brand new character in the game, like inherently makes like every fire team basically like way stronger. Like that's just what she does. Not way stronger, it's like 10% stronger or something like that. But there's also a brand new summon that potentially makes fire teams like in a way 30% stronger as well. I'm not sure if it's all the time or just when she's on the field. I guess I have to do research on that part. But either way, she's a big deal, right? And the event only lasts for another couple days. And I realized that if I didn't get the rest of the stuff that I needed, that I would need to wait for the next run, not the next run of the event, but the following run of the event. Because another thing that's happened, so the last time this event came around, I like slacked super duper hard. I like was like, oh yeah, I'll grind it out, but not right now. And then the next time I ended up looking at the game, the event was like literally over. So like I did like 1 day of grinding. It was a good amount of grinding for that 1 day, but not enough to like do everything that I really wanted or needed to do. And as a result, I was like fully not prepared, or not prepared. I fully didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish, you know? And like almost nothing. I almost accomplished nothing that I really wanted to do. I just did a good amount of grinding the 1 day. Which is like fucking tragedy, to be honest. And what that meant ultimately is this time the event came around, I missed like half of the progression that I would have had, because I literally can't get half the items that I would have been able to get the last time, because they basically like switched up. So it used to be that you could get any of the items at all that are connected to the event, but they basically cut it in half. So now you can only get, you know, the fire items, the water items, and the dark items, instead of getting those items in addition to the wind items, the earth items, and the light items, right? And the idea is like, oh, so you don't have to worry about, you know, RNG as much. You can only get half of the items, so it's a lot easier to grind up the things that are available, but it's literally impossible to get the things that you know, can't get. Which means right now, fire, earth, and light are like completely, like I'm gonna get 0 progression for them, which is okay. It's just not great, because now I can't do the thing that I would like to do for those. I don't care about fire, earth, and light as much as I care about fire. Or I'm sorry, I don't care about wind, earth, and light as much as I care about fire. But still, like, I fucked up, you know? I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to do them at all. In fact, I wasn't even totally sure that, like, there was, like, new shit that I should even be grinding. I was like, oh, I'll just do this grind and then I'll look into everything, you know, later. And then it just was more than a week after that I actually ended up looking at the game again, and the event was just over, and I was like, oh shit, I just like missed it. So to make up for that, I did a lot of grinding yesterday. And I also found out that I was grinding this out like probably the worst way that I possibly could. I was basically grinding out honors instead of grinding out KC. So you can think of it as like, instead of getting, so what I needed was like, imagine if we were doing Nex, right? And what I needed was just like any drop from Nex, not Torva specifically, right? So if you want Torva specifically, you should do it in pairs, right? For better Torva odds. But if you want to get literally any drop from Nex, you can just show up to Mass World with Ruby Bolt procs, you know what I mean? And you'll probably get a KC every time or whatever. And it would be so much faster to just get KC on the board, you know? I didn't know that. I found that out. I figured it out. It only took me until 5 a.m. to grind that out. So we didn't sleep very much yesterday. I mean, same difference. I went to sleep today and woke up today, you know? So we kind of fucked up on the real, but you know, we finished the grind. We did it. Because this event ends in like a day and a half or something like that, which means that it ends like when my next stream ends, probably somewhere in there. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do anything. I don't think in the game on Monday, which is when I would like legitimately have time to play. But we grinded out everything that we needed at this point. Like we're fully done with the event. Though we could actually still use money in the game. Money is very funny in Grand Blue. It's one of those things where it's like it literally doesn't matter at all for the most part, because you just get so much money and there's not enough things to spend it on. And then you start maxing out your Eternals. They're free to play units that have a lot of progression but are very slow to progress. They're like kind of like metrics, like soft metrics of like how long you've been playing the game, because they're so slow to progress. There's not a really fast way to level them up. Like you really can't level them up quickly. Not really. And I have one Eternal completely maxed out in 10. She's my favorite unit in the game. And then I have two guys that are, one guy that's already going from 130. Oh, sorry. 150 is like fully maxed and done. Like fully spec'd completely out, basically. Not exactly, because there's a new progression thing past 150 as well, technically, but that's like a separate special thing. But nonetheless, and that's already been done for 10, so she's good. But other than that, you mostly cap out at around 150 or at exactly 150. And I have two guys that are at 130. One of them I just uncapped technically to 140, but you need to like level them up from 130 to 140, which is like just a mountain of fucking experience. It's like RuneScape progression where, you know, leveling from 98 to 99 is literally more experience than any other level is by, you know, 200,000 or something. So I would liken it to, you know, 92 to 99. Not more than that, actually. 130 to 140 is probably more experience than 100 or 1 to 130 by a lot, if I had to guess. It's just a lot of fucking experience. It's very, very, very slow. But, you know, the exponential RuneScape thing is like very similar as well. So basically you just throw, in my case, Octo or 8 is what I call him. Etha or whatever. I throw him in my like dailies grinding team, and he's just gonna stay on that team. So every time I do my dailies, he just passively gets experience, and eventually he'll end up leveling up and it'll be fine. And I have enough money now to do the same thing with 6. And 6 is also one of my favorite units. I like 8 a lot because he's a very good unit. 6 I like because he's a very cool unit and he's very good. And I kind of decided I'm going to work on 4 as well. Not because I like 4 necessarily, but he's a water unit, which is useful because water helps you do fire content. Like water helps you get, so enemies have elemental weaknesses in that game. Like, I guess obviously, right? Like water's weak to fire and wind is weak to earth and earth is weak to wind and wait, no, that's not right. Earth is weak to wind. Wait, hold on. We can do this. Wind is weak to fire. Earth is weak to wind. Wind is weak to fire. Fire is weak to water. Water is weak to earth. And I think that's the full cycle, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so what that means is if my water team is strong, then I can get fire stuff easier, right? Because in order to get fire stuff, I need to kill fire enemies, and fire enemies are weak to water, right? So there's a reason for me to increase my water team, even though I don't necessarily care about water specifically. And 4 is a water unit. He's the water, one of the 2 water Eternals, actually. And he happens to be 10's brother, like twin brother. He's kind of a femboy too, in that I thought he was a girl for a very long time. Hey, Kolya, what's up? Four is one of those units as well that's like objectively like very, very fucking bad. So is 10 actually, but after you get them to like 150, 4 stops being bad like pretty fast. I don't know when exactly he starts being good, but by the time he's at 150, it's like, oh, actually, he can kind of like, he kind of fucks. Kolya says, geez, that looks stressful. No, it's fine. Like, think of it as like a dance. It's not that bad. It's even like consistent technically. So like you can just do, hold on, that this entire time. If I just did nothing but when I throw this, I messed it up that time. But if I just throw this and step and step, if I did that the entire time, I could just fast forward 2 hours or whatever, and it would be perfect. I'm supposed to drink that though. I forgot about my divine ranging potion. Whoops. Kolya says, I see. Yeah, this is the Monkey Madness 2 cave. We spoke about this before, but you've probably not seen it yet. You don't have to finish Monkey Madness 2 technically to come here, but you have to get through most of Monkey Madness 2 anyway. And these are maniacal monkeys. There's actually 2 types of maniacal monkeys in this game. This is the thing that you can fight, but there's also the ones that you can do like as a hunter method. But as you can see, there's a lot of these guys around. It's perfectly safe to just like stand here with protection from melee. They only do melee, so it's perfectly safe. But you can also see there's a 31 here. That's because there's 31 of these guys stacked up. So this is an extremely good place to level ranged, defense, and magic. Because burst magic and Chinchampas, which is what I'm throwing, will land in an AoE on these guys, right? So it's very, very good for this content, which is to say me just leveling up my abilities. Super says Panda is handsome. I don't know why he talks a lot. Kind of fly. Surely you meant kind of iffy. Handsome? I don't know about that one either. Kolya says, still wild to me that Chinchampas are a weapon. Not only are they a weapon, but they fucking explode on impact. Me trying to write a haiku? Oh, I see.
Actual grenades in the game.
Yeah. There's hand grenades in this game and also a bazooka. But the bazooka is not a real weapon. Looks like I'm using a lot more run energy than I was using before. You can do it like throw, run, throw. That's also fine. That saves a lot of run energy. Did I not drink this? I meant to drink that. Obviously I have 99 agility as well, so I don't know how much better it is or how much worse it is if you don't have 99 agility. I imagine that matters a lot. Goya says, I can't play most video games with my bandage and it sucks so much. I think I can cut it off tomorrow. That does definitely suck. I don't know. RuneScape is like a mobile game though, so you could probably still play RuneScape just on mobile. Kolia says, what are divine ranging potions? They're just ranging potions.
They're just ranging potions that don't decay.
Yeah, so potions in this game that are like combat oriented increase your combat stats, right? So there's a few of them. There's combat potions, super combat potions, ranging potions, bastion potions. They basically all just increase a combat stat or several combat stats. In this case, the ranging potions just increase your ranged skill. So now it's 111 out of 98. Which increases basically your range strength, but also your, ranged attack rolls, right? But that's really all it is. The thing that makes it divine is that I take 10 damage when I drink it, and it lasts for 5 minutes. That's contrasted with other potions that increase your stats by usually the same amount, but sometimes less. It depends. The potions have different potency, basically. But yeah, so basically the way that they would normally work, say it increases your stat by 14, right? The way that potions work in this game, it's pretty unique actually, is it would start by giving you a bonus of plus 14, and then every 60 seconds or so, it would reduce in potency by 1. So it would go 14 down to 13, down to 12, down to 11, all the way down to 0. Which means that if you wanted to get, maximum value out of the potion, you would drink it, whenever you felt like you wanted to get it back to maximum. So you could wait until it gets down to 0 and then drink a new one. Or more likely, you're going to want to drink it again before it gets all the way down to 0. Maybe when it gets down to around 7 or something. But divine potions basically save you from having to worry about the refresh interval. So you just drink them whenever they run out, right? So you just have 5 minutes of it being at maximum potency all the time. Koya says, RuneScape works on PC too. It's my non-dominant wrist that's fucked. So you can play RuneScape anyway, so that's fine. What more games do you need than RuneScape? It's not like RuneScape has ran out of content, you know what I mean? There's plenty of shit to do in this game. Koya says, although I will likely get an even stronger bandage on Monday, hopefully I can hold a controller though, or use the keyboard. Just take advantage of this time and grind out some stats. This is actually one of the best places to grind combat stats in the entire fucking game, to be honest. It just only works for defense, ranged, and magic. Those are the only skills that you can grind, really, in this method. You can do like halberd strats or whatever and stuff like that, but technically you can even do like Din's bulwark specs, I guess. That's silly to me. Is there a limit to the amount of targets that you can hit with Din's bulwark, I wonder?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the same as this probably. So it's not amazing. But yeah, you would definitely not use Din's bulwark here just because you can't regenerate the specs fast enough. If you could though, it would definitely be a good way to level attack. Still, you wouldn't be able to level strength without a halberd, I believe. Specifically like a crystal halberd, I think. I was reading about it on the wiki. It's worse than Sulfur Naguas and Nightmare Zone though. Nightmare Zone still seems to be technically the best, nominally the best. But not by very much. is it better than Sulfur Naguas? But it seems like it is still better. I don't think we're going to do Nightmare Zone, though. I think we're going to do Sulfur Naguas instead, just because that method seems more interesting to me. And we haven't really done it ourselves either. Colin says, well, I really want to get back into playing Zelda and rhythm games. Oh my gosh. Collia's like, I don't know if I can even play video games, but not that video game. I could definitely play that one, but I want to play different video games. We have video games at home, Collier. Ah. No, we should change the music because we're just going to listen to the same song forever. Sometimes I don't know if it matters, but I'm pretty sure this is like either tick perfect or actually like slower by a tick, if that makes sense. Like I have an extra tick to do stuff, but I feel really encouraged that when I throw that Chinchampa, I'm like following after it. So I'm not wasting any time and stepping back and forth. But I don't think you need to like sweat that hard. I think you can just throw one, switch sides, throw another. I think that's fine. Because that's definitely not wasting a tick either. And it also pulls these guys in similarly. I think it just does it less fast because instead of pulling, you know, one side of them basically in, you're pulling two sides in. This is just a little, to me, it's a little more disorienting. It's very important that you don't let your prayer run out because they will kill you quickly. You will die fucking expeditiously, like very fast. But yeah, ultimately this turns into managing your various different meters simulator. You want to make sure that your prayer stays up. You want to make sure that you keep your divine combat potion up, that you don't run out of stamina. And then other than that, that there's at least, well, not exactly 12 in this stack, but you can think of it as 12. So here it says I'm hitting 12 of them, but really it's that there's in total when you throw that you're hitting 12. That's really what you want. So the way it ends up working is when you throw at an enemy, at an individual, it hits that enemy and also everything in the neighboring squares around it. So in a 3x3, if that makes sense. So you really don't need to hit specifically like a stack of 12. You can hit as few as like, what, 6 or something? I guess it needs to be a little more since we're kind of in this like weird corner, but you get the idea. There needs to be 12 in this area here. As long as there's 12 in that total area, it doesn't matter how many are actually in the stack. It's just that you end up with almost all of them in specifically this stack as you're stacking them up as you go back and forth. It's also a good idea to recover your HP every now and then, because they drop fast. You really shouldn't be like losing HP unless you're an idiot like me and just like consistently take damage for no reason. But yeah, generally you shouldn't actually be taking damage except from the divine potions that you're drinking. Which will result in net damage as well. You will not recover the health that you use from drinking the divine potion. Maybe if you pray regen you will, but I don't think that's worth it. It's probably fine to do that because these guys also drop prayer potions, as you can see. They drop 1 dose prayer potions. And you can just stay here infinitely, basically. Because they drop prayer potions faster than you use prayer. So it's not that big a deal to just like hang out and like grind it out, but whoa, speaking of, you definitely should turn rigor on. Kind of important. It does slow you down technically to pick up the prayer, but I don't think it slows you down in a way that is like hugely significant. It's like maybe 10k at most an hour, which on the rate, yo, are we listening to music right now? Oh yeah, it's just quiet. But on the rate that we're talking about, we're talking like 300k an hour. Like who cares about 10k? It's not a big deal. I was hitting like 315k an hour before. I don't know why I'm not now. I'm just fucking up, I guess. That's a lot of fucking monkeys. And they just keep coming. I think technically this area is better than the skeletal gorillas that you can do in Monkey Madness 1, but this is more intense, and that other area is like almost as good, but doesn't give you infinite prayer potions and also requires less maintenance. Like once you get the other area going, you have to like set it up, but once you get it going, this area becomes like way worse as far as like the amount of effort it takes a single person to do the thing. But the other, or this area also in theory can be like really AFK. So if you have so if I'm standing here, right, all of the monkeys really are stacking in these 3 squares, which means if I had 2 people, a couple players doing like where you follow each other, it's called dancing. If they stepped through these 3 squares, or conversely, if I'm standing here and they step through these 3 squares, or these 3 squares, sorry, then all of the monkeys would stack in exactly this tile by themselves. Just by virtue of the players dancing through those tiles, it would automatically happen. You do need the players to like stay around for, 26 minutes at a time. And I still need to reset the aggro that the monkeys have. And separately, you also need the players to like lose aggression. So they need to be here for like, I don't know, 12 minutes or whatever it is. So it's not like perfect, and it does require like, 2 people that have finished Monkey Madness 2, but it does make this training method much easier. Much less much more AFK. Like I could literally just be standing here and just throwing repeatedly forever. But yeah, not exactly something that I just like have lined up. And I imagine most people don't, right? Yeah. It's kind of a lot of effort to set up this kind of a training method. I could do it for someone else though now. And also I could do it for like, I could have done it for a long time as well, but it's one of those things that most people don't even like need this, because ranged experience and magic experience are not exactly the like hardest things to come by. Combat in general in this game is like kind of a meme. Like you just get combat passively over time if you do like literally any PVM. It's just that I don't do PVM in this game. The only time I've done PVM is for Slayer, and also when I was grinding Vorkath, I guess, but even then, like 600 KC Vorkath, it's kind of nothing. It's pretty easy to end up with the combat stats that you want. Like literally you'll just get them over time just by playing the game, It's just I'm trying to max, and I don't really do combat passively ever, so we kind of have to go out of our way to make it happen a little bit here. Yeah, so we're pretty close to that 315 now. I guess I was just doing too much. Maybe I like was consistently losing a tick before. It's hard to say. I could turn on the visual metronome and that would tell me, but that's a little sweatier than I'm really willing to be at this moment. We're kind of chilling. And this isn't technically 300k an hour, because technically it's 300k for this skill and 300k for this skill, since we're leveling them both at the same time. So it's really 600k. Or more. It looks like 850k at the moment, somehow. Math isn't exactly mathing to me, but whatever, I guess. Obviously we're getting prayer and hit point experience, but like we really don't care about those two at all. Oh, Gur, what's up, dude? Greetings from a new location. Are you at a new place? I know you were trying to settle down, right? Are you at like your new rental or something? going on, Gur? Thanks for the resub. As you can see, we're doing ranged and defense training at the moment. Only for another hour or so, though. Gur says, yep, a new apartment. Okay. I hope it suits you. I was saying for a long time that using my black chins on this would be a waste. And in a lot of ways it is, but at the same time, it's like, if I'm not going to use the money here, I'm literally not going to use the money ever. And this isn't even technically like a loss because the black chins that I have, obviously I got for free. Like it literally cost me nothing to get them. It is money that I could definitely, you know, convert into actual gold, right? But I don't know. It doesn't really seem like that much of an expense because I already have, as far as I'm concerned, as much money as I would like need to do whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish. The only difference is that obviously if I end up doing Inferno or Coliseum, I'm probably going to want better gear, but I don't know. Figure that out when it comes, because like that's like theoretically like 3 billion gold or maybe even more, 5 bill in like better gear, you know? It's like you want best in slot fucking everything. Which is like way overkill for like 1 KC for Coliseum or Inferno, but it's obviously easier with better gear, so I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because we're obviously not going to have best in slot everything. We're not going to grind out for best in slot everything either. It's crazy. Is that Vorkath? Is that my friend Vorkath? Nice spot. It's kind of funny. It looks like I'm not getting enough prayer potions dropped, but it like totally is if you just pick them up. It's just that they despawn pretty regularly as well. It is a pain in the ass to pick them up though, because you do have to like scroll through this shit. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. keep picking up bass on accident. It's not like the end of the world, but it's definitely not what I'm trying to do. Trying to stack up a bunch of these so I can pick up a couple more potions and just let auto retaliate take care of it. Oh, technically my gear could be better as well. This is just regular void, but I could do elite void here, which would make a difference. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, to be honest.
A 2.5 difference.
Every bit counts, I guess. But yeah, not a huge difference then, but it's technically best in slot here. There's a few other things that's like quiver would be better, I guess, as well. You know what I mean? It's like slight improvements. Prayer is generally better than range strength though here, actually. But you still want void or Missouri. But other than that, you want, I think, in anguish too, but other than that, you want prayer. Because anguish is just better than bone crusher. I mean, you want to bring your bone crusher, but you want to, the biggest benefit that you get from bone crusher is actually the bones that these guys otherwise would be dropping, rather than the prayer bonus in particular. Koya says, I'm gonna try to get anything done in my household. Wish me luck. All right, man. Somehow I didn't see any fucking prayer potions there. That's crazy. Keep moving. Don't stop. I might not need all these prayer potions. I might though. I don't really know how far these 4 doses will last me. We only are going to be here for, or doing this for another not quite hour. It's just a nice little thing to do while we're waiting for the Monster Hunter Wilds collab. And then, I don't know. We'll probably send the rest of this, get ranged up. Then maybe we'll do ice bursting for the rest of the defense. It'll only be a little, right? We'll only need to go from, so 800k, so another 1 million experience Seems worth it. Switch to magic. And then I don't know. Maybe we'll switch to melee after. Do attack and strength. Strength first. Always do strength first. Well, in this case, we're doing defense before we're doing strength, but that's because we're doing ranged and magic, so it's fine. Doesn't matter in that case. But you always level strength first. Every max hit you get in strength levels every other melee, or in this case, the only other melee faster. Sometimes it feels really sticky. Like, I'm not sure why, but I have so much trouble moving. I think it's because I get like trapped in an auto attack animation, maybe. And for some reason, when you like, as soon as you attack, it feels like you don't have like control, like you're locked into the animation. I don't think that's actually true, but it definitely feels that way. It's like hit stop or something. Because Woke's walking is a thing, so I don't think you're ever actually locked into an animation exactly, but definitely feels like sometimes I can't fucking move. And the only reason I could think that's, well, there's a few things technically. It could be the walls, like literally the walls here. Because if I click like here, when I'm standing here, it might not like read that input the right way. Like it does like a weird thing. Right, just then I clicked here instead of here, and it could be that if I click when I'm standing here, if I click there, it doesn't want to move. Which makes a certain amount of sense, because like obviously this is not a valid location, nor is this. So it depends, right? But in theory, if I click on these two yellow squares, it should always make me alternate. Or if I click on these two squares, either of these should make me alternate every single time. But everywhere else, who knows? There's also like a hitbox thing where like the maniacal monkey is slightly bigger than it appears, right? And if I ever click on a maniacal monkey on accident, it'll obviously do the attack animation instead of moving. No, that really shouldn't come up. Another thing that happens frequently for some reason is I'll pick up these arrows. Like the arrows on the ground, because the arrows are bigger than the monkeys are. That's not what happened just now. These arrows were on like this left side or something. But picking up the arrows under these monkeys definitely is a recurrent thing. I kind of wish the arrows didn't like, maybe, I mean, they do stack, right? So I guess maybe I could just like pick them up and then just pick up the next most valuable thing, which might be the prayer potion. Let's see, what is it? Oh, I have to pick them up one at a time, so that's not worth it at all. Never mind. If it picked up all the arrows at once, it would be fine, I think, to pick them up. But also, there's a steel scimitar that's worth more than the Wondrous prayer potion, so it's not even worth it anyway. It's not worth picking up through the items. It sorts them by like high alch price, but the value of a high alch prayer potion is less than that of a steel scimitar, which makes sense. It's just unfortunate. A 1-dose prayer potion, at least. I don't know if a 4-dose is worth way more. Probably isn't. Yeah, no, it certainly isn't. 114. I don't even know if it's profit to high alch steel scimitars, though, to be fair. Like, no fucking telling. I think mithril on is definitely, maybe even black is worth high alching. Steel probably isn't then. You gotta high roll with a Briofita staff in order to profit. Imagine. Oh my god, there's so many fucking monkeys, bro. Yeah, we won't quite finish. But we're doing quite well. Certainly not upset about the gains. I don't think that these prayer potions are gonna last us though. Maybe they will. Have faith in the 4-dose. 4 doses do last 4 times as long as the 1 doses do. You used a lot of 1 doses as well. Ideally, I don't want to pick up any prayer potions that I don't use though. Just because that's extra effort for no real reason. Speaking of, drinking that divine ranging potion is extra effort, or it's not extra effort. Actually, it's more effort not drinking the potion, I think, for no reason. My max is just higher. We just do more damage, just get higher experience. You use the divine ranging potion. It's just better. The loss incurred is well worth it for the time save. The combat potions are well worth it, or more worth it as time goes on as well. Like the bonus that I'm getting right now is what, plus 13? I don't know if it gets higher than that. It might go up to like plus 14, but I'm not sure. And that's scales based on how much ranging, what my ranging level was at before. So if you were level 1 ranging potion and you drank a divine ranging potion, it would give you way less. Like maybe 8, maybe 9. I don't remember how the formula is. It's like 8 plus some function of your level. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to buy prayer potions too. Or at least decant the prayer potions that I have. Not a big deal. Similarly, I don't know if like saving the money by using blighted ice axe is worth it. It's really unlikely that somebody shows up here. Like the only reason somebody would be here in a PvP world, well, there's 2 reasons, right? If they're doing what I'm doing, or more likely, in my opinion, they're sniping me on stream, right? Like there's just no way that somebody's gonna catch me bursting here unless they're literally sniping, which is like totally a thing. Like they definitely
Some
could.
people do search, so be careful.
Yeah, but I feel like it's probably fine. Like this is safer than what I do in the wilderness. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like, you know, bring, you know, 10 million gold in risk or something like that. But I do think when I want a level defense, we just come back here with blight sacks, save a few dollars. Went fine before, that's for sure. Last time we did it. But we also didn't do it for very long before. I mean, we're only going to do it for 1 million experience. So that's what, 3 hours? Maybe less. So Saki, you're not playing Honkai Star Rail anymore, right?
Nope.
What kind of recurring events did Honkai Star Rail have, though? Were there any like repeat events that came around every month or season?
Well, there were somewhat repeat events, but they change a little bit of things when they do repeat the event.
Yeah, like what?
They add more things to the mini game that they implement, or change some mechanics.
Okay, so just like fairly minor tweaks most of the time?
Yeah, tweaks.
That's interesting. In Grand Blue, there's a few recurrent events. Usually they just add new items that you can get from the events. Usually that's all it is. And like the actual event itself doesn't really change very much.
Yeah, also they refresh the reward.
Yeah, okay. The only exception is that the like overall like curve, like difficulty curve of the game, it's like trending upwards as the power level of the game goes up. So now, and this has always been the case when it comes to Unite and Fight or the Guild Wars, like it's probably like the most significant like progression thing in the game overall. I think every cycle it increases, the power level increases, which means like now it's probably, I don't know, 80%, maybe 90% harder than it was when I was playing the game regularly. Probably more than that, to be honest, depending on how you look at it. They don't tend to change Extreme Plus very much, but they do that as well. Usually it's like the later stuff. Basically the longer fights that get harder, and by harder I mean like they do more damage and are tankier. New game plus difficulty spikes, if that makes sense. Usually it's not like a, you know, a novel mechanic or anything. But I guess it could be something like that as well. The other major recurring events are Proving Grounds and Rise of the Beast, I think. And both of those seldom change at all as far as I'm familiar. There's a new Shenjin or whatever, Shenjian. But he's like literally, I don't know what's different about him. Like fully, I don't know what's different about him. He's got more health, I guess. He probably does more damage, I guess. But like, he's just a higher level and he dies as well. Like you just kill him. Like he's like Lindworm. Like Lindworm just fucking dies. Like you just kill him until he dies, and that's it. That's the whole fight. He's got mechanics and stuff. Like he's got like omens and triggers that you can like worry about and like avoid, or you can just kill him because he's like totally a bitch. Like just stab him to death until he dies. It's fine, not a problem. That's how like a lot of content is in Grand Blue. Like everything has mechanics, but if your team is strong enough, you just ignore the mechanics and kill them. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, unless your mechanic is going to cause me to die, I'm going to ignore it and kill you. RuneScape works that way too, actually. Most games, I think. It's like, unless you make me respect your mechanic, I'm going to just kill you with it without listening to your mechanic at all. I'm fully not going to learn how to beat you unless I must. Kronzer says, how's the grind team? It's fine. It's fine. We got most of the way done with Hunter. We still got a little bit left, right? 1 million left. But it's the weekend, and we learned that we don't do Black Chinchampos on the weekend. It's not it at all. It's very, very chill during the week, though. I've been walking around with like 1 million gold in my pockets in the wilderness and not even stressing about it during the week. But on the weekend, nah, dog. Kronzer says Hunter is super chill. Not in the wilderness, it isn't. Not that chill. During the week out, maybe, mostly. But every now and then somebody shows up and you're like, all right, gotta lock in a second and run away real good. I mean, realistically, if they don't teleblock you, you basically should escape 100% of the time. But they really should teleblock you. Some PKers have shown up and tried to kill me without teleblock. Those guys are fucking clowns, though. Like, I don't know what's going on in their head. Not a single thought in their fucking heads. But yeah, on the weekend, PKers definitely hit different. Motherfuckers be risking like 400 million gold in order to kill me for 200k. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. All right. They'll be coming back to the world fucking on repeat. Fucking every 15 minutes or whatever, checking to see if I came back. Like, yeah, no, we're not messing with that. That is not worth it. That's fucking up my rate. But yeah, we're only going to be doing this for another half hour or so. Then we got Monster Hunter Wilds collab. But we'll come back after. Another 4 hours or something like that. Come back, do more RuneScape. Probably wrap up this ranging thing, get ranging basically done, then do defense with magic. Just burst this same group of enemies doing exactly the same thing. And then, I don't know. I guess we'll do strength and attack because we can't do Wintertide because we're waiting for Savage to be around for that. And then that really only leaves fletching if we're not doing Hunter. That's literally the only skill that's left, right? Like actually running out of skills. Holy shit. It's kind of funny in that way. Because we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We can't do Wintertide without doing woodcutting, right? So can't do Wintertide. We're saving fishing for when we finish mining. We could do blast mining, technically. So yeah, we're honing in. We're almost there. Just a few loose ends now. Grunzer says, I thought I'd let you know that I started my Mega Man Challenge run the other day. Fantastic. Fantastic, dude. If you're playing Mega Man Legends, then you've betrayed me in my moment of weakness. But that's okay. I will forgive you. Check the VOD, perhaps. But it is good to know. It is Legends. This bastard. I requested one thing of you, Crownzer. I mean, you did tell me after you started, I guess. But before is what I wanted. It's fine. I'll forgive you, but only this once. Only this once. He's like, well, what can I say? I am a villain. It's true. You have been a villain this whole time. It was written plainly in your bio. Browser says the VOD is there. Yeah, but I want to be there when it's live. It's not the same, and you know it. What if I have questions? Crownzer says it started a few weeks early from what I had planned, but my DMs are open, Crownzer. You could have sent me a message at any time. I don't think we have each other on Discord, so it's fine. It's actually not a big deal at all. Crownzer says, I'm not sure we do. I'm pretty sure we don't. I'm not in your Discord, and you're definitely not in mine. My Discord is small enough that I would know if you were in it. We are definitely going to run out, so we definitely need to pick up some of these dudes. Let's fill our inventory, I guess. It's crazy. There's just no more? Okay, fine. Be that way. Crownzer says, but Monday, next session? Yeah. I don't stream on Mondays, so it's perfect for me, actually. Sir, you better keep moving your feet. Oh my, what is happening? I'm underwater. There we go. Wait, so why do I have so many divine ranging potions this time? I thought I brought the right amount. All right, so we've been here for 2 hours, right? 2 hours is 120 minutes, which is 6 groups of 20 minutes. That makes sense to me. Each of these is 20 minutes, so it should be 6 divine ranging potions. How did I only use 3? Oh, because there's 30 minutes left? So that's 1.5. That makes a certain amount of sense, I guess. I guess I also just like suck at using them, like just forget about them a decent amount, but that seems like a lot to be forgetting. It's like 2.5 potions or whatever. Forgetting. Jesus. I'm terrible at this game. All right, lock the fucking... Did I just pick up an anti-poison? Thank God. Need that. I maybe don't need these prayer potions. Or rock with these ones. I think I missed a throw there. That's okay. Oh my God. Black chins at maniacal monkeys? I would never have thought that I would be the guy throwing black chins here. It's like, it's never worth it, man. I literally earned these black chins, so it's not even like a fiscal loss, technically, sort of. And that 80k an hour is like unironically worth it for me. Because it's 80k an hour for like what? Maybe like 10 million gold, but at the same time, it's like, yo, what am I gonna do with this gold? Except spend it here, you know? This is like one of the only things I could actually spend this money on. Unless I want to do fletching. Dude, fletching is like crazy talk. That's like so much fucking money. I could do a little bit of fletching where I lose money, but like spending 1 billion gold to do fletching extremely fast and also develop RSI instantly is such a mistake. Plus there's going to be a fletching minigame added soon or whatever. Fletching boss. Baltimore Part 3 in just a couple weeks. So I really don't see any reason to mess with that. I think it'll be fine. I think we'll just hold off on fletching. I've been thinking about Fire Emblem a lot recently. I really do want to play a Fire Emblem game again. I don't know if we're gonna make that happen anytime soon, though. I think I'm just gonna have to wait on that, because as much as I do want to play a Fire Emblem game, I really want to get, as soon as we move on from RuneScape, there's like very specific games that I want to like knock out. Like System Shock 2 has been literally like a work in progress for all of RuneScape. Technically, I've been playing that game this entire fucking time. It's been a year and a half or whatever, but technically I never stopped playing System Shock 2, as far as like, it's been on my radar. And it's not even just System Shock 2, it's also Overworld Zero, the mini game in System Shock 2, which is like the most important thing to me, maybe in my stream. I can die happy if I finished Overworld Zero. It's so important to me. I fucking love that game, and nobody knows that it exists. It's just for me at this point. It's just for me. I thought I put a ridiculous amount of time in Overworld Zero, and then I played all of fucking RuneScape. I gotta check the VOD for Overworld Zero. I gotta see, is there someone who was watching and is like waiting patiently for me to return to Overworld Zero? If so, you're a fucking real one. Can you imagine? They've just been waiting for literally a year and a half for me to upload the next part of Overworld Zero, and they're like, finally he committed and beat the 4th fucking dragon or whatever. I was so fucking close, like literally one turn away from winning last time. Maybe not last time, maybe it was the time before last, but so fucking close, dude. Such a good run. I'm gonna have to like relearn it a little bit as well, I'm sure, because I don't super remember. I remember there's like a sword, a shield, and armor, and the armor comes from the squid guys. I don't remember where the sword and the shield came from, but I'm sure that that's not going to be an issue. I feel like you encounter those like pretty naturally anyway, so it's fine. The armor's the like important one. That's the one that's like you really got to make sure you get. I mean, the sword is important too, but I mean, the shield is also important. I think you need like the full set actually, but the one that you're going to miss is the armor. So you got to like make sure you get it from the squids. And then I guess you just like power level after that. I think part of the way it works is like you have to like kill enemies if like there's only so many enemies that will spawn or something like that. So like the squids didn't want to like respawn, if I recall correctly, unless I killed a bunch of other dudes. And part of the answer is like to make sure that there's no like monster farms, basically, because there's like big old monster spawn points that will just like go fucking nutso butso if you just let them, which is great for like farming experience and farming gold, but you obviously got to make sure that you're farming that golden experience when you need it, as opposed to before the shields. Though it's also very dangerous to fight those squids. They max hit like fucking 20 or some shit, so you do need to be like level 5 or 6, I imagine. I really was saying that I might not remember it that well, and then just recounted probably everything pretty perfectly. Like I might still be one of the leading minds in Overworld Zero. Like I might still know that game better than most anyone. I wonder what the speedrun space looks like. Oh, also System Shock 2 remaster is a thing now, right? So maybe there's more knowledge out there. Maybe people give a shit about it now. Probably not. I give a shit, but maybe other people do as well. 20 minutes? Okay, so yeah, we can probably use these. I'm surprised how fast I go through these prayer potions. Saki, do you know what darkness does in caves?
Darkness.
Like in RuneScape? If you enter a cave that's like dark?
If you stay in a cave that requires light too long without having light, bugs starts eating you
Oh,
and killing you.
okay. But you have some time. Okay.
You have about 10 seconds to leave before that you start dying.
Well, no, it's way more than that, right? I died in here once, and I made it all the way back to my gravestone before I took any damage or anything. Maybe it depends on the cave. I know that you want to bring light here. I mean, also it's just unpleasant when it's dark, but I don't know if this cave in particular has adverse effects like that, or maybe it just takes even longer, you know? Maybe the game's just nice when you're corpse running. Shout out to Valheim. Man, the raid is so good. This has got to be one of the best training methods in the entire fucking game. It's probably not even that close, to be honest. It's funny how my priorities have shifted from like maxing in an efficient way to like the fastest way possible. Like in a gold efficient way to a time efficient way. It's like at some point I reached a critical mass of like, I have enough money now. And it's like, oh, well, just spend it all. Spend it all. You can't take it with you. I am curious. Is my rate? Hold on. So we say 100 divided by 37.5. And then that times 315. So my rate isn't exactly nominal. I think I'm a little less than where I'm supposed to be. If I was doing ranged by itself, I think I would be at 840, and I think it's supposed to be closer to 880, which isn't terribly surprising because it's not like I have best in slack gear, you know, so effectively 40k less per hour, especially on this rate, is not that big a deal. That's crazy. 40k per hour. And I'm like, not a big deal. Just because you're getting so much already. Like, it wouldn't even be that much of a time save. You know what I mean? When you're going 100 miles per hour, it doesn't really matter if it's 105 or 110. Like, where are you traveling that's even worth it? Speaking of, I don't like speed at all. Almost anywhere, because like speeding is, you have to travel so far for speeding to be even remotely worth it. Like 5 miles over the speed limit is like almost never a time to save. Like we're talking like literal seconds. And like in order for something to be like appreciably different in like real life, in my opinion at least, like we're talking like you have to be like 15 or 20 minutes, because like 3 minutes is not going to make a difference in my life almost ever. Right? Same for like 5 or 10 usually. Like, yeah, it's bad to be, 5 or 10 minutes late to something, but I usually plan to be, 10 minutes early to begin with or something like that. It's been a long time since I've had to go somewhere that I like actually was worried about being late, I guess, to be fair, but usually I'm early to things because I have a lot of anxiety. But nonetheless, let's say that it was some kind of like meeting or something, right, that I needed to go to. I'm probably going to be 10 minutes early regardless. Like if I drive the speed limit, just the way that I schedule to get there. So like there's really no reason to speed ever for me. I tend to just drive behind like 18-wheelers and shit like that. Anybody with a CDL, I just go at whatever rate that they're going. I mean, the speed of traffic is usually the speed that I actually drive. But I tend to go in the slow lane rather than the fast lane as well. Because, I think that's like what you probably should do. Like the speed limit is mostly just so that you don't go crazy, but if everybody's going like the same speed, you probably should be going that speed, because that's what makes it unsafe. Car accidents happen when people, are going different speeds than each other, right? Like if everybody's going in the same direction at the same speed, then nobody's crashing into anything. God damn. Or am I throwing these chins at the monkey factory? Saki, do you remember the lore behind these maniacal monkeys?
No.
Me neither. I feel like this was like a monkey run island or whatever, so it's a little weird that there's monkeys that are like being experimented on in this way. I do remember that there's like 2 bad guys. There's like the monkeys themselves, but also like Glow or whatever. But I don't know if this is Glow's experiment because Glow Free's different than Glow, I'm pretty sure as well. And Glow Free's experiments, which also had to do with the gnomes, I'm pretty sure, was in a different place. That's like near Zulra and shit like that. There's like a whole spirit tree just for that for some reason. I don't know who uses that spirit tree ever. Maybe there's a clue step there. But like we went and restored a whole ass spirit tree that's like never gonna be used for anything. It's not far from Zulra, but it's on the wrong coast. So it's like logistically not that far as like the crow flies or whatever, but you can't get there from here, you know? So there's like literally no reason to go there. Also, we're out of prayer, I notice. It's definitely not good. I think that there's going to be prayer on the ground though, so if I can just pick that up, it'll be okay. Yeah, there's some. I definitely should have picked this up before I just went and reset their aggro, but... Whoops, too late now. Gosh, look at how many fucking monkeys there are here. That's a lot of fucking monkeys. How much prayer am I getting? Oh, pretty good amount. 230k? Or 200k? Yeah, 204k or something. That is not an insignificant amount of prayer I've gotten from this. Obviously, I didn't know that I was going to be doing this exactly, but we kind of assumed that we were going to finish combat by doing Slayer, and that just didn't even almost happen. But, you know, no harm, no foul. Probably just gonna do this last divine ranging potion, and then we'll switch up. It's not like we're up against, you know, the wall or anything. We're not about to be done. Quite a long ways to go. It's what RuneScape always seems like. There's always so much to do until it's done. Kind of happens all at once, it feels like, every time. Like, I felt like we were nowhere close to, like, agility being done, or even hunter being done. And then suddenly we're like, actually, we're kind of done. Like, we kind of finished. Temporos was one of the worst. Slayer was pretty long, too. And then it was finished kind of all at once still. It looks like that's not quite enough prayer to line up with these potions. Two more should be good, though. Do you have a favorite Majorat, Saku?
Asanadra.
I see. Of course, one of the only good ones. I like Slisky because he's like almost cartoonishly nefarious. He's not like Skeletor levels of like incompetent like Khazard is. General Khazard is fucking, he's a fucking clown. That guy is like nothing. I don't even know how that guy's still alive as a Majorat. Feels like the other Majorat would have schemed him out of existence. Maybe because he's just simply not a threat. Because that guy is like actually Skeletor, like, yeah, like fucking idiot, like whatever, dude. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, Saku. We're gonna be switching to I think Monster Hunter Wilds pretty shortly.
All right. Enjoy.
Yeah, appreciate you for hanging out though. It's about that time. One more for the road for the boys. Now we leave. I guess we should go to a bank. Do ourselves the courtesy of being at a bank when we log off.